Hi everybody, it's Vanessa Bradford. Welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to be talking about first-time home buyers, what's important to you, and we're really going to bust the myths of being a first-time home buyer. Let's talk about being a first-time home buyer and the myth that you're going to get everything that you want. Well, I'm here to tell you, you're not. Somewhere between the must-haves, the wish list, is going to be what it's really going to be. So you may not be able to afford a 5-bedroom house with 4 bathrooms and an ensuite on an acre of land for $250,000. That may not be the case. But what we're going to do is we're going to figure out what our budget is, and we're going to look at homes that are in that budget. And it's not going to be the big number budget, but it's also going to be the monthly payment, because it doesn't really matter what the big number is. It matters what we can afford to pay every single month, because whether you like it or not, we still have to pay car notes, car insurance, and we have to buy food and put gas in the car so you can go to work. So how much do you really need to buy your home? So we're going to talk about your earnest money, your down payment, and your closing costs. Those are the 3 factors of what it takes to really buy a home. So we need to have our earnest money, and sometimes it's $850, sometimes it's $1,000, sometimes it's 2 or 3. That's going to be a conversation we're going to talk at the beginning to make sure that we have enough money to start. Now next, there are several different types of loans. One is going to be, and the most common is going to be either a VA loan, which is 0 money down, or we're going to do an FHA loan, which is 3.5% down, or as we go to our second and third home, we're going to put 20% down. Now there's a benefit to 20% down, but that's going to be so you don't have to pay mortgage insurance. So that helps save some money there. And then closing costs is very simply the same as when you buy a car. It's tax, title, and license to transfer the house from the builder's name or another person's name to your name and record it down at the courthouse. Okay, why do you need to be pre-approved? Very simple answer. You have no idea what you can afford. You know what you think you can afford, but when you're thinking that you can afford something, we have to make sure that you've included the taxes on the home, the insurance on the home, and we need to think about those things. So before we even step out the door to go look at anything, because I'm not going to show you something you can't afford to buy. That's just wrong, it's rude, it's disrespectful, and I hate it. I mean, don't give me an Aston Martin and I can really only afford a Toyota. So it's wrong. So we're going to get pre-approved. We're going to know what we can afford for our monthly payment. That's going to include what we can afford for taxes, because that makes a difference in a home. Some areas have a lower tax rate, some have a higher tax rate. So we need to be aware of those things. So we're going to get pre-approved. We're going to know what we can spend on a big number and what our monthly budget is. And that's going to make the process even easier for you. Okay, during the process, we're going to have to do a home inspection. It's not an option. All my customers are required to do it, and here is why. On a home that's not brand new, it needs to be inspected, because if something's wrong with the home, we need to be aware of it. We need to have the seller correct that. Now, if we're buying a new home from a new builder, they inspect their homes and they inspect what they expect, but they're not you and they're not me, and we need to inspect what we expect from them. It does cost some money, but it is money out of pocket that is well spent, because again, these homes are built by humans. If they make a mistake, we're able to catch it and get it fixed before we go to close. Negotiate like a pro. That's where I come in. I have years of experience. We do not always pay asking price. Now, sometimes we're going to need to, but not all the time. What we're going to do is we're going to take the comps in the area and we're going to make sure that we get the best price for the home. We'll look at it. Is it brand new? Is it older? What can we do to get the price of that home down? And that's what we want to do. But also, I want you to remember that we're not always going to ask for the price to come down on the home. We may ask for closing costs, which is a better value for you, so then you don't have to come out of more money out of pocket, or we're going to ask them to buy down the interest rate for you, which is going to help with the overall process as well. Okay, now we're going to come to in the process where we're at the final walkthrough. Now, at the final walkthrough, we're going to make sure that the things that we've asked them to do are completed. We're going to make sure that we still feel good about the home and that everything is done to our satisfactory. We usually do that a couple of days before we're going to go to close, and then we're going to go to close. And at close, we've already wired the money to the title company. We've already seen what your monthly payment's going to be, and we know exactly what's going to happen on closing day. Then we're going to go to the closing office. We're going to sign, and then off you're going to go with your keys so you can go get inside your new home and move from that apartment you're tired of being in. Buying your home is a journey. So let's do this journey together. Let's make sure that you're comfortable and you understand the whole process. So like and subscribe for more information. And as always, drop a comment below on what you'd like to learn next. We'll see you next time. Bye. Okay.